My name is Barbara Carrol.
How long have you been living in Middletown?
All my life. I was born at this hospital right up here, Horton Memorial Hospital. It's now Toro College, and we have a new hospital facility out on East Main Street, which is Garnet Health Medical Center.
Very nice. So, is it safe to say that you know a lot about this town, a lot
Yes,
about Middletown?
yes.
Care to share just maybe one or two stories about Middletown, fond memories that you have?
Well, we used to have a working railroad here in Middletown that I believe was passenger at the time. And when we moved here, our elderly neighbor next door was an engineer on that railroad, Mr. Henry Courtwright.
Mm.
And to my knowledge, he drove the last engine out of Middletown when it ceased to be a passenger train.
Wow. Wow. Pretty amazing history. Pretty amazing history.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. So you're born in Middletown, Middletown native. Tell me a little bit more about your views on this town, your love, your passion, your experience.
Uh, it's changed quite a bit in my early years of going to school and working in Middletown. North Street used to have beautiful dress shops, nice stores down there, and it since has become, a lot of empty stores. Stores went out of business. Now there's quite a few like Spanish grocery stores around downtown. So it's got some nice places. When craft beer started becoming popular, we have quite a few. We have a brewery downtown, Equilibrium.
Yes, yes.
And I don't drink beer, but I guess that's good for the town. There's another place over by Star Collision that I think is either an upscale restaurant that sells craft beer. There's another upscale restaurant along Railroad Avenue where all the brick factories used to be. I understand that's very nice to go to. So those are pluses for Middletown. That's a good thing.
Very nice. Very nice. So it sounds like there's industry, there's things happening, which is good to know, which is good to hear. I want you to tell me a little bit more about how you met Joel, Sierra.
I believe I met him through. I work at the polls for election day, all the primary days, and I believe, well, he was our. I have to back up. He was our alderman for 10 years in the 4th Ward. I live in the 4th Ward, so I met him through that. He's been in politics for a long, long time, and so then in working at the polls and speaking with him there, we became good friends.
Very nice, very nice. And how would you describe Joel for those who may not have met him or may not have heard about him?
I think he's a dynamite person. I think he is very capable of getting things done. He sees where there's issues. He would be very, very competent in handling large projects in the city. He would he would see them through, and it would be for the betterment of everybody in Middletown. I think he's just top notch. I would put my trust in him to be one of the best mayors we could ever have in Middletown.
Spectacular. Has Joel had any personal impact on your life?
He wants to help me when I ask for something. He used to come when I didn't have anybody to plow my driveway, and he would just go by and show up, and the job wasn't done yet, and he would plow everything right to the garages. I don't use the garages for the car. Never wanted to take any money, and over the years we really have had a great relationship, and he's just, wants to be there for you if you need help, and doesn't ask for anything for it, and he won't take anything for helping. And his girl in his auto shop, Tara was here. She's wonderful too. I was sick back in 2016 or 2018 and needed some things from the grocery store. And I called up Joel, and he said, I'll have Tara run right up. You tell her what you want. And she's been very good for answering questions when I call about, if I've called about different things at the shop, for a question that I have. And she always is there and always takes the time for you. So I consider her, on the list too of great people, because she's helped it in numerous occasions also.
Amazing. It sounds like to me, if I could summarize that, if I may, that both Joel and his team are dependable, reliable, self-starters, and fully competent to handle all tasks that are put in front of them, and even the tasks that aren't even mandatory for them to do.
Right. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Two final questions for you. What changes would you like to see home here in Middletown? And do you believe that Joel and his team are fully capable of handling that?
There is a big need for more housing, lower housing for seniors. That is a big problem here. We have all these apartment dwellings, I guess you could say, that get built here and there in Middletown. The elderly people can't afford those rents. And the more time goes on, people are living longer, and there's a need for them to downsize at times and go into a senior housing. They can't do it, they can't afford it. So I really don't think we have enough senior housing. Those apartments, even though they say they're for 55 and over, a lot of them are not.
Wow.
A lot of them are not. So there's a big need for projects that were slated for some other reason in Middletown. They really should have been turned into senior housing. And that.
Thank you so much for sharing.
That sums it up.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Again, I just think that Joel would be the right person for the job. Handed anything, he would be able to complete it to the satisfaction of everybody in Middletown. And I just think that it's time for a change, a big change.